Well, happy spring, everybody. We're really gonna need to be ready for this spring. All puns aside. Yes, so we have, I thought we would, get some bees. I like honey. And it's good for the crops. So we got a variety of crops here, so that helps with pollination, and we get some honey. And yeah, we got a bunch of them. So it'll help with the crops. We're gonna have to pitter patter get at her because we have a very small window if we want to do coffee. And we only got early spring to do it in, because if it's a really it takes a really long time to grow, as some of you may know. And the other thing is it needs 7 degrees. Coffee, 7 degrees. The ground temperature needs to be 7 degrees. Otherwise, it won't germinate, and we'll have a failed crop. The other, I was going to try some. I want to try sorghum in the other field. So our main field is going to be coffee, and then we're going to go with sorghum. And okay, let's grab this. Let's grab this one and get the. We got to get cultivating now that the ground is warm enough to cultivate. So we got 3 of them now. We can set workers off to start cultivating. So it was a bit of a long winter, I guess you could say. We got some snow finally, as you may have seen, which is always kind of unique. It doesn't really get all that cold here at this part of New Zealand, at least not where I'm at here in this game. And so is the worker going to do it? See, before last year, if you recall, a worker wouldn't work it because it was fertilizing. Where is it? Here we go. Yeah, because it was fertilizing. It wouldn't do it because it thought it was fertilizing on top of fertilizer. But now that there's no fertilizer whatsoever, worker is happily cultivating and magically fertilizing all 3 stages of fertilizer on his own. So I'm going to magically flip over to the next tractor. I don't usually do that, but he was way out there. I got a ride. We just kind of like time warped over here into this other little fella here. And we are going to grab the other one. This little guy is ideal. This cultivator does not require hardly any horsepower, and this little guy just pulls her right along. Do. And we'll get him started at the other end here. So, coffee is the plan. Now we got to keep an eye on the temperature. That's why I, starting a little late in the morning, I kind of slept in. Okay, there you go, Mr. There he goes, there he goes. Okay, Zappola. There we go. Another one. We ordered a new tractor. It's going to be delivered at the dealership in time for seeding. Maybe later today. But for now, we're going to concentrate on cultivating. Oops, the other way. The other way. You're going the wrong way. And we're going to get this little fella going on the other crop over the yonder. Our field, shall we say. And we should really sell those other seeders, but I might sell it. Let's get the square field cultivated. I might pick up a planter because I eventually might want to do some corn or something, but we're still cycling through the the not least common, but I mean lesser common of the crops, shall we say. And there he goes. I gotta keep an eye on their fuel too. He's doing all right. Duels looked a little chunky on this guy, don't they? You know what? I might just buy another cult. I mean, I got up to 6 workers I can hire that are available. I can go and get another one of these cultivate. I mean, I'm gonna check with the dealership to see if the new tractor came in, and if it does or has, I'm gonna buy. I mean, these little cultivators aren't that expensive, about $6,000. They're small, but I mean they save me a ton of work. I might just buy another one and then drive the new tractor. We can drive the new tractor and do some cultivating. I'm gonna go back to the house, and we'll go and we'll see if it's ready, and then we'll drive over to the dealership. How's that? Okay, catch you in a bit. All right, well, we're in luck. Said it just arrived, and still had one of those cultivators in the back. So had the old girl warming up here. Let's go. As you can see, all the snow's gone, of course. It kind of went away over. It just like warmed up. Bam, overnight, and it was gone. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm going to cut across my field here. And, yeah, I mean, as you could see, there wasn't a whole lot of snow on the ground anyways. I see the lime on the field made it even whiter. I guess that's why it's much easier to see the road without all that white stuff on there. Yeah. So that's where we're at. Let's see. Where? Oh, this way. This way. This way. So yes. Anyways, Robert came by there late winter to for our annual, quarterly, or more than quarterly, whatever he feels like it, to come by. Excuse me. And where am I going here? Driving across somebody's yard. There she is. And yeah, so we had a little chat, and oh yes, we did I say we purchased some more land? It has some it has some crop on it, so it's going to be a little bit, shall we say, diversified. I'm just going to park up over here. Shut that off. Yeah, so this one was like a dealer model, like a demo. It had these twins, or twin Narrows. Okay, well that's kind of neat. We've had Narrows on trucks before, but or tractors. We're gonna try it out, and it has what's it, 204, 200 and what do they say it has for horsey power? 259. So yes, a definite step up from. So we're going to have, it's going to be a little bit not going to have as much trouble pulling around the lime cart as some of the others. And it's not super huge, and it's quick, 32 miles an hour. Zoom, feel like I'm flying here. Holy crap. It's got a few options, being the dealer demo model, the panoramic roof, and the 3-point hitch on the front, and as I say, the twin Narrows. We got the Euro burning things on there, of course, being a newer model. Oh, it feels like I'm flying down these roads now with this. Where am I going? Don't even know where I'm going. I'm just enjoying driving this thing around. I like those, I do like those dual Narrows on there. It looks kind of neat. We'll see how she, I think we might, yeah, we're gonna, where are we going here? We're gonna start using this a bit more. It's, we'll throw the cedar on there. We'll, if you recall, that cedar goes, I can seed as fast as I can drive, so we'll take care of business a little bit quicker with that too. And we're gonna need the extra time. We got that just basically today to seed coffee if we want to put it in the ground. So that's what we're going to. So we're going to concentrate on that first. We're going to get those big fields cultivated up first, so we can get the cedar on there, and then and have these other guys do some cultivating on completed. Okay, well, I'm gonna go check on and get these guys set back up, and then maybe we'll do a little bit of magic time lapse thing for doing some cultivating. We will catch you in a little bit. Well, top of the morning to you all. As you can see, we've had to wait. It's day 2 of spring. The ground temperature never went above 4 Celsius, and if we look at coffee here, we have exceeded our window for planting. It's a very, as I said, very tight window. It never went to 7. If we would have planted, it wouldn't have germinated, I fear, and we would have lost it. We would have had to reseed. And if we seed it now, it might not mature before we might lose a crop. So, Plan B. Plan B is I'm going to go with rye in the two big main fields, and we'll go with sorghum in the 3 smaller fields, and that is the plan. So it was a beautiful morning. The ground temperature is well above minimum now. We're well and good on our way, and we'll be good to go. And I do believe rye we can get straw and do some more baling. But I think we'll just bale up the bales we get, and we got plenty of area to store them. We can store them out of the big shed there until winter, and sell them off. It'll be something to do during the winter months. And here we are, all set up with our new tractor. Got a light on there. Full grain tank. Coffee. It's still a bit dark. Okay. I don't know if we're going to be able to. I don't know if we're going to be able to do coffee. I think the weather's just a bit cold here. So now, a little bit of, let me say, interesting information, not trivia, because it's not trivial. Coffee, interesting thing about coffee. In New Zealand in particular. So, you may ask, Ludi, why are you trying to grow coffee? Isn't it too cold in New Zealand? Well, typically, yes. Now, there is, at least in my very light research, there is one, shall we say, a commercially run farm that does grow coffee in New Zealand, and it is at the most northern point of New Zealand. And if you recall in our previous episodes, New Zealand is in the southern hemisphere, so the further south you go, the colder it gets, because you are getting closer to the South Pole. Whereas in North America, the further north you go, it's colder because you're closer to the North Pole. So apparently the most northern tip of New Zealand is just warm enough in a particular spot, which is for interest's sake on the hills above Doubtless Bay in the far north of New Zealand. The name of the I'm trying to find the name of the farm. They grow Icarus coffee. I'm sure Pikaroo is on the ridge between Rangiranui Harbor and Doubtless Bay. And that's about as badly as I'm going to butcher those names. Yeah, so I mean, it is it is a real thing. So it is not out of the realm of possibility to grow coffee in New Zealand. It's they describe it as subtropical. So, I mean, as we know, there's many different varieties of coffee. Um, so so there you go. But unfortunate. Oh, and we are. What the heck? No. Oh, I'm not paying attention. Oh dear. I didn't change my. I was playing. I was talking. I was too concerned about talking about coffee, and I was planted. We can't plant coffee. It is too late. We have missed our window. We have to. We have to go back and reseed over it with rye. Oh dear. Is it even doing it? No. Oh dear. Oh bother. Well, that complicates things. Well, you know what? What the heck? We will plant rye with the rest, and because it's not letting me seed over top of it with this broadcast seeder. We'll plant rye next to it. That'll be an experimental plot. How's that? We're going to see if the coffee actually grows. We're going to leave it there. It'll be a little strip of coffee, and we'll just keep an eye on it, and we'll see if it is possible or not to in this particular spot. Not that it isn't possible in New Zealand, but we may very well perhaps be too far south here where we are for it to grow properly. I mean, it'll grow because our temperatures are up, but the question is, will we have enough days for it to mature before winter comes and kills it, before it's ready to harvest? That is the question. So we will see. That is the our experimental strip of coffee planted by accident, and we will see. Yeah. So now here's a bit of coffee trivia for sure. I was gonna wait till we harvest, but we might never end up harvesting that. So I mean, there's many ways to describe coffee, but the one that's probably best well known is a cup of Joe, right? It's like, hey, I'm gonna have a cup of Joe, and so there's three, what do you say, three main theories on where that saying originated from. One was back in pre World War I, so late 1800s, early 1900s. Captain of a Navy ship banned basically alcohol, or the Admiralty, something like that. And his name was Joe something or other. I can't remember now. I read the article a while ago. But anyways, so the only thing that because up until just before that, sailors were still been given rum ration. So it's not just that they were drinking; they were given them rum. But anyways, so that was one theory. The other one was, I don't remember one, but the one theory that kind of a consensus of where the expression "a cup of Joe" came from. Is it's kind of a modification of Mocha or Java, or a version of that, and it's just kind of easier to say Joe that rather than Mocha Jav or Java. So yeah, not too exciting, but kind of interesting. Just letting my worker kind of putter around there, but he's a little slow. Thing is, the light's a little dim. Now I can see where I'm going, and we can kick it up a notch, like Ermel, if you remember Ermel, the chef. Bam! He always like, let's kick it up a notch. If you ever remember Ermel, he had his cooking show. He's like super popular for a few years, and now he's we're like, where is he now? I don't know. He's probably cooking and flipping burgers at McDonald's or something like that. Who knows? So a flash in the pan, as it were. Oh, anyways, if you've been listening to my bad jokes, yeah, it's going through seed pretty quick. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, look at that. It's soaking up the seeds. I can barely see where I'm seeding here. I have started a little bit early. It won't take very long to seed these fields going at this pace anyways. And let's just take a look at our little map there, and yeah, we have tackled, yeah, so here we go. Coffee. Yeah. The coffee that was to be shall maybe be or not be. That is the question. We have the bees over there, so to be or not to be, that is the question. Well, we have bees, so it is to be. And I'll refill up these little guys. Yeah. So we bought this tractor. I told you that before we started this thing. It was over 100K, 140 something. What is it? 100. Well, it's, of course, now if I look at the value is going to be less than what we paid for, of course, but it was well over 100,000. But as I mentioned before, a little discussion with our little friend Robert, and yeah, we came to an agreement. Our farming operation here is well into the profitable range. We are making good cash. We were expanding the farm. We got those three. Oh yeah, well, we were waiting for the ground temperature to pop up. I went and fertilized. There was no fertilizer on any of those three fields that we bought, and one of them needed some lime. So I went and did that while I was waiting for the ground temperature that never recovered, or well, not recovered, but never came up past 4 degrees. Of course, now it's 12, so it's well into the safe zone. Yeah, so I was just kicking around, and it's like, well, what can I do? Oh, I can do some liming and fertilizing, and so I kind of did that just between. It's kind of like keeping an eye on temperature, and never did pop up over 4, so I was like, no, I'm not gonna. Not that we aren't buying the seed cheap enough. It's just we would have, as you've seen, planting with this, or seeding with this particular seeder I'm using right now, it's a one-time deal. You can't. It's not like um, the no-till seeders or the air seeders. You can go. I mean, you can just change your seed and go over top because it's actually kind of. I guess the the operation is it's cultivating as it's seeding, right? So this is just laying seed on the ground, so it needs to be cultivated. And once we seed it, it changes the state of the soil to planted. And if we were to, we would need to either get I mean, I could go and grab that little John Deere seeder I have and go over top of that coffee with rye and reseed over that. That would work. However, I'm kind of actually glad that we went and seeded a little bit of coffee along there, because now we get to see if it's a viable crop in this area. And see, I didn't do anything about these weeds. Bye, weeds. I don't. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that to the weeds. Typically, you would need a weeder or herbicide or cultivator to get rid of weeds. But hey, I'm not complaining. I did that twice. I wasted my time going around and spraying those weeds, and they pop up again, and then I'd spray them again, and then I go seed, and then I find out, oh, you don't need to do that. It just kind of like goes away when you seed over them. Okay, we'll see how bad the weeds pop up, but I don't think I'm gonna really bother with the minimal amount of weeds that end up popping up. I don't think I'm just one of those lazy farmers, you know. I mean, if it was like like really bad, then it's like, okay, well then we'll just go and hit the whole field. Just do it, right? Because you know, if the whole field is full of weeds, like literally full of it, your yield has to suffer enough to spray. I mean, I've never actually crunched the numbers. I don't usually encounter. Let's just say I don't usually encounter weeds in my farming operation, but here, in this particular area that we are farming, weeds are present, shall we say, and they aren't pervasive per se, but they are a present nuisance. And I'll make sure my microphone's on. That'd be talking all this time. Yes, so yeah, this is going along quite smartly. Yeah, and we're gonna have to refill our seed fairly shortly here, and as well as the as our rice harvest went, we didn't. I don't think I don't know if I showed you. We ended up with 600,000 liters of wheat, which is probably pretty close to what we would have got if we would have planted wheat. So I'm not too impressed. Although I'm glad I did it. I want to try different crops, not just keep doing the same ones over and over again. So, it's not going to go back into the rotation as often. Rye, on the other hand, typically sells for about double what rice is. Okay, let's shut that off. That's annoying. If we just have a quick look at the... Of course, the price is going to be a little bit depressed right now. Rice is about $5.60 at the highest. And if you compare to that rye is like $1,000 more per 1,000 liters. That's over $1,000 more per 1,000 liters. So, yeah, we got to try it out here. We got rye going in. We're gonna see what the yield's like. Even if the yield is on par with wheat, like it's a no-brainer. I would think it's probably nearly $1,000 more per 1,000 liters than wheat too. So, oh, excuse me. So we got these our two main fields with wheat, and when I say sorghum, yeah, we're gonna try some sorghum. Why not? We've had millet a couple of times just from... Actually, we've never actually planted millet. It's always just been in the field and we've harvested it, so we don't... millet is another one. I mean, it paid well. The yield was pretty good, and then we haven't really seen the full potential of the millet harvest on a fully fertilized plot either. So that's what's going on over there. Some kind of funky lights. St. Elmo's fire, perhaps. Yeah. So we're going to go throw some... What is our crop rotation anyways? So the coffee kind of... okay, so millet is next on our list. We kind of swapped out. So let's actually put rye in here, because that's what we did. So rye and then millet, and then let's say sorghum. Let's put sorghum into the main... just to... Where is it? Mustard, sorghum there. Yeah, you see there, we were hitting 114, 120, but these, I guess because they're all... I see, they're all cereal. See if we... what if we do sorghum? Mustard bumped that just right up the... Because it's an oil seed. Yeah, there, see? Sorghum is still cereal. Why is this? I mean, maybe we could leave it, and we're not going to leave it empty. We can't afford that. Canola. We haven't... We got the bees. They'll have a little ways to travel, but canola, we haven't done canola yet. That would be interesting to see what... Canola pays out well too. And we can... mustard if we put millet. Yeah, see, you gotta... rice. We gotta get rid of rice. So let's put millet in there. Yeah, there, and then you got a cereal, back-to-back cereal. Yeah, that's something I can't really help. I don't want to do wheat again. Oh, barley, yes. If it's going to be something, well, we can do barley. That's looking. We'll kind of set that there like that. It's kind of interesting that they really pay attention to the rotation here. You know what? Let's hit this with rye and just put... What was I going to say? Put sorghum. We'll do sorghum in that one field beside the bees. Or should we do millet? Well, it was. You know what? I do want to see what a full millet, because it's kind of down in the rotation again. So we will do millet in there since it's all fully fertilized, limed, and plowed, and all that good stuff. We'll put millet in that far field next to the bees and kind of see what a fully fertilized crop of millet will yield us. And we know we're going to do good with rye, so we'll plant up the rye here, and yeah. A catcher in the rye, perhaps. Oh, so many good titles, so little time. Anyways, yeah, so this is going along pretty quick. We'll be done before we can have a lazy morning and go have a nice breakfast over at the local cafe and chit-chat with the local farmers. And then, yeah, maybe we'll see if we got any honey yet. Well, typically you wouldn't get it. I mean, spring, but I don't think we got mid-spring, so I think the flowers are popping up already. I don't know. The leaves are already on the trees, so that's a good sign. Weeds are popping up. Well, it's typical. Yeah, and then we keep an eye on during the next couple of days. We'll keep an eye on those other two. I got the fertilizer in the other set up in the other John Deere over there, so I'm gonna keep an eye on that and see if the next next growth stage pops up. We can go and hit it with another round of fertilizer, try to maximize that yield on those. And then this fall, after harvest, or after we harvest those extra fields, which typically pop up first, because they kind of, I guess, I don't know how they do it, but they early plant. They were planted early, and apparently they're growing. Okay, what did I say? Millet, right? Millet. Yeah, millet. Right. So let's try millet in here. This is we'll just take a quick look so you can see 100% fertilized. There's a few weeds; those will go away right away. If we do this, yeah, I mean, there's nothing in there. It's 100% fertilized. There we go. I really don't know about the moisture thing. I guess if there's a possibility of drought. I don't know. I mean, you usually get some rain during the summer. But anyways, the millet we will go, and yeah, we'll see what this. I do believe there was millet in this field when we bought it. If I remember, I could be wrong now. If I remember correctly. Yeah. Don't remember what we got, how much we got off of it. Now we're starting. We got lots of fields, and we're gonna continue. So, anyways, we got a fair bit of money. We're gonna look at kind of looking far. I mean, I'm talking, you know, harvest time here, so it's a bit off into the distance, but I think we're gonna take the plunge and actually buy a combine this year. So it'll have to be in the $200,000 range. And can't really. Not going to really look at anything more than that. We should be able to get something pretty decent for that. Plus a header, of course. So yeah, there's a few out there. I mean, in some older John Deere harvesters, good ones that are in around that price range. We don't need anything with something too massive of horsepower, but we won't need something that's that's going to be big enough to have a good capacity as well as enough horsepower to push a 45-foot header. Up and down. We don't have any really steep hills here, but they're hills. A underpowered combine would have a little bit of trouble in some of these spots. So let's just take a look here, and yeah, millet there and rye for the rest. Now here we got, I do believe that's sorghum, yes, in 34. We bought it like that, and I believe this is oats in 33, and is that millet again? I think millet in 32, but that's going to be very likely a reduced yield just because I don't think we're going to be able to get 3 rounds of fertilizer on there. But anyways, that's about that. We're mid-spring, 10 degrees, 12 degrees ground temperature, and 7:34 in the morning on a beautiful mid-spring day. I'm going to go put this away. We're done seeding. We're done fertilizing. Now we wait for the. We're going to wait for the other. Let's just shut this down here for a second and go over here and take in the sky. Oh, there's lights on there. I never noticed that before. Duh. That would make sense, right? I mean, it's blocking all the other lights. Nice. It does throw some good light, too. Anyways, I digress. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful morning sky. Here we are, an old Kiwi farm in New Zealand, planting coffee when we shouldn't be. And, we'll wrap it up there. Next episode's going to be, I don't know, maybe if we, we'll see what happens. Don't know. Summer's here, fishing season's opening, and, not summer's here, spring. Summer's just around the corner. We got this opening day. We'll do some fishing. I don't know. Maybe that's the next episode. We'll talk about fishing. What kind of fishing do they have in New Zealand? They must have some lakes there. What kind of fish do they have in lakes? Anyways, I ramble on. We will catch you next time. I'm Looney Farm Guy here. Remember, it's a game, and have fun with it. If you put a like, throw a like, leave a comment. I'd love to see you say something. Hi, how you doing? Something like that. I don't know. Anyways, till next time. Bye for now.